Canestra waits, makes a nice move, going right to the net, and he scores!
You're watching Kutztown Hockey, only on Nick's Hockey Broadcast.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
You're watching Kutztown Hockey on Nick's Hockey Broadcast. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to, for the first time in the 2023-24 season on Nick's Hockey Broadcast, a game for Kutztown's D3 team as they will take on the Susquehanna Riverhawks. For Susquehanna, this is their first game of the season, but as for Kutztown, they have played 3 games. And last weekend, they unfortunately lost to Old Dominion 5-1 and then 5-2 the next day. But less than 24 hours ago, they won 8-4 over Gettysburg. They were down 4-2 going into the third period, but they managed to score 6 unanswered goals and got their first victory of the season. Kutztown's D3 team has a variety of freshmen still trying to get used to the college level. Some of them have scored goals. I'll mention more information of that throughout the game as we are about to get underway. In goal for Kutztown will be number 72, Mason Rash. He's 1-2-0. Has a goals against average of 4.67. In goal for the Riverhawks will be number 30, Aiden Farrell. The first line for Kutztown shall be Hemberger, as well with it McDevitt, Nolioski, Flynn, as well as Brandon Sweeney. Sweeney for this faceoff at center ice. Puck is dropped, and we are underway at body zone. It's the Golden Bears and the Riverhawks. Nicholas Nolioski, the defenseman, trying to pass it there all the way down towards Matt Flynn. Couldn't reach to it. Matt Flynn, wearing 63 in maroon, one of several freshmen, has had an excellent start to his Kutztown career. He has 4 goals and 4 assists in his first 3 games. This puck comes in front as the Riverhawks rush back the other way. Seawright on the right side had some passing options, got in front, but tipped off the stick there of Matt Flynn. Flips one down to center ice, nearly gloved down as Brandon Sweeney gets it over the line. Sweeney, a shot that goes wide of the goal. Brandon Sweeney scored a breakaway goal in a game I did for D3 last year when the Golden Bears lost to Alvernia 7-6. It was on this side of the ice, as a matter of fact. This is backhanded towards the zone by Nolioski. Couldn't get it through as Seawright makes a pass towards center ice, trying to connect on the play there to Pisano, but it was blocked. Back comes Brandon Neeson. Neeson will go right behind the goal. He lost control of the puck, gets it back near the Zamboni door as he tried to make a centering shot that was blocked along its way. Jack Donovan tried to escape. It's turnover there. Here's a shot by Snyder that bounced wide. It was a knuckle puck that goes to the corner. No pass there by Neeson to Amber Michalowski as the Riverhawks fly their way all the way to Kutztown zone. They move in with some numbers on the right side. There's Donovan. This comes back towards the point. Paul Snyder couldn't escape, but now it goes to Sean Ward instead, who makes a nice play, going right to the goal as he couldn't finish it. McDevitt trying to get it to Nolioski. Riverhawks nearly take it away, but Nolioski got it back. Goes to center ice. Tipped off the stick there. It went off the stick of Hetch as this goes off the defender's stick to the corner. Picking it up there as now Nolioski manages to keep it into the zone. 17-21 and counting in the first period. No score early on, but we've had some chances for Kutztown. Dalessio. Make this outlet pass to Andrew Lortz, the former member of the Parkland Trojans in the Lehigh Valley Scholastic Hockey League. This is bounced right back there, holding on there for the Riverhawks was Pisano as the Kutztown defense manages to clear it out at harm's way, at least for now. Slate Clauser clears it into the zone, the freshman. Today is Slate's 17th birthday. What better way for him to play hockey on his big day? Bringing across the line is Liam Dyma, who gets a shot that goes wide of the net of Mason Rash. That's tipped off the boards there by Austin Mason as it's shot back in. McDevitt trying to give it to Sweeney. Tipped en route, goes all the way down. It's tapped off the stick there of Farrell into the corner. And now it's given back to the Riverhawks defense, but it's turned over nearly in front, trying to get it back. As that shot goes on net, and a save is made by Farrell. I believe that went off a stick and goes to the corner. Sweeney trying to jab for it. The puck briefly comes free, and Susquehanna takes control, but it's turned over back there for a point, and a wrist shot. Save made it by Farrell. Rebound was loose as that goes wide. The initial chance coming from all the way from the point by Flynn. And now it comes back in front from Dalessio. And now the Bears still control Sweeney towards the captain. Sweeney has it going right towards the net. He's lost control of the puck. He couldn't whack it home. As Ward is waiting on the point. He couldn't receive the pass as it's kept in past the line there by Dalessio. This puck deflects and just stays in play. Riverhawks tried to get it past the blue line, but they fail. Hemberger has shot, saved there. Rebound in front, and they score! Jacob Dalessio with the goal, and less than 5 minutes in, it is 1-0. Golden Bears. Justin Strom with the great choice of music played in the background as Kutztown leads 1-0. McDevitt giving the pass to Amber Michalowski. It's her sophomore year, looking to get her first goal as a Golden Bear. Had 1 assist last year. Paul Snyder trying to chase down the wingers. That shot saved made by Mason Rash is losing the blue paint as the puck is carefully shot out there. As now the Riverhawks still have it. They make a centering pass in front right towards Ripe as he couldn't get a shot. Held back in and make a centering pass. Watch out. Here comes Susquehanna. Backhander goes off the high shoulder there of Mason Rash. Come Fasano. He gets another shot that goes high over the crossbar. Riverhawks surgeon. Great block made there by McDevitt. Back comes Kutztown the other way. It's Brandon Neeson who is trying to get the puck back. Couldn't sneak it by near the Riverhawks bench as Neeson has it. Tries to make a pass, but that goes past the blue line, so the Golden Bears will have to regroup. McDevitt going for it, trying to give it right in front of him to Austin Mason. Couldn't connect on that play. Little bit more than 14 minutes to go in the first period. It is 1-0 Kutztown. The goal coming from Jacob Dalessio. For Dalessio, that is his 3rd goal of the season. 5th point. Lobbed back into the corner. No icing here. Retrieving it back is Gramboyas as he's going to nearly turn it over, but Sean Moore kept it in play. Now Susquehanna will try to make an outlet pass to center ice, but it goes to Sean Ward. Little collision near the penalty box door as going for it there was Austin Mason. Dalessio, the recent goal scorer, nearly turned it over to Susquehanna as they'll have it in the corner. Andrew Lortz, previously mentioned, the former Parkland Trojan, going for it on the wing. Has it. He's got some help. He's going to winger as Lortz is going to bring it past the left side. Takes a shot, and a left pass save there. Rebound there by shot there. Rebound, another chance there. And a save is made by Farrell. The second try coming from the birthday boy, Slate Clauser, as we get a whistle with 13:05 to go. Slate Clauser, that closing getting his first. Boy, that would have been good for him to score his first goal in college on his birthday, but he at least got a chance. Kutztown got 3 chances, as a matter of fact, on that offensive attack. Off the time, shot off the draw, they score! Off the face-off and into the back of the net. And that's hotter than a firecracker. Matt Flynn does it again. The super freshman. 2-0 Kutztown. Like I was saying, Flynn coming into this game, 4 goals and 4 assists. Now he's got 5 goals. Pass in front, tip towards the net that goes wide. Great start for Kutztown's D3 team as they lead 2-0 a little less than 13 minutes into the first period. As this pass goes in front towards the net of Mason Rash that was tipped wide. Near the net there was Seawright. As now the Riverhawks bring it back into the zone. They try to bust through the defense, and that goes off the arm there of Mason Rash. Pisano with a chance on the back end. It's kept into the zone there by Fosinski as the Riverhawks trying to get some more offense going here. Unfortunately, I cannot say the official shots on net since it's not appearing on the score sheet as this puck comes in front towards the blue paint, but it's blocked. Tons of bodies near the net. It's a little hard to get the puck towards the goal at this time. Now it comes back to the point. A slap shot. It goes off the glove of Mason Rash and into the back of the net. As Susquehanna scores, they have cut the lead in half. The shot from the point came all the way through. Seemed like a simple slap shot that made its way past Mason Rash. But it is 2-1 Kutztown with 12:03 to go in the first. Sean Ward to Amber Michalowski on the right side. Hanging past the blue one. Has Neeson behind him. Got it to him. Neeson, a shot that's blocked en route. Michalowski in front towards Neeson, trying to jab it in there as he was denied by Farrell. Back comes the Riverhawks the other way with numbers on a 3-on-3 tipped off the stick of Paul Snyder. As now Susquehanna sets up on the point. That was Sebring. As Dalessio hits it off the glass and gets it out of the zone. And Neeson's going to try to win the race. And unfortunately, they called the icing. Almost thought Neeson actually won the foot race, but the official said otherwise. So they're going to move the faceoff all the way down to Kutztown territory. Off the faceoff. That shot goes towards the net. Hits the side of the net there of Mason Rash. Rattled in front. This puck is now taken away there by Sean Ward. Gets it free as he couldn't escape. That's a shame. He had Neeson and Michalowski nearly rushed on a odd man rush. That slap shot that goes right into the breadbasket. This time Mason Rash manages to cover up. I just zoomed in a little bit on my camera. I hope that looks a little better for those of you watching on. I think that looks better. Off this tie-up, Susquehanna has it. Here's a wrist shove on the point. Left pass save made by Mason Rash. As now Flynn gets a wrist shot again off the screen that goes wide. Picked up there by Andrew Lorch. Lorch trying to make a nice move as McDevitt trying to get the pass back to him. And Susquehanna flips it back towards the net. Mason Rash turns aside and covers the rebound. On the point, a wrist shot blocked along its path, and the puck is almost lost sight of the puck. Now it comes loose. I actually lost sight of it for a brief second, and now it comes towards the left point of Susquehanna. And so we flipped back into the zone as now Burns will try to, as he goes down, Burns actually seems to be a little hobbled at the left circle, and they're going to call play dead. Burns just simply fell down on the ice. I believe he collided with a Kutztown player, seems a bit shaken up. He's going to slowly get up, and hopefully he's going to be okay. Burns was the one who let that slap shot fly involving the Susquehanna goal earlier. He's going to go to the bench, and actually he is not going to go to the bench. He's heading straight for the locker room. I'll keep you posted for the second period if he's going to return. But meanwhile, the Riverhawks move it back into the zone as a nice hit is made by Hemberger on Kirk Gramboys as he's going to slowly get back up on his feet. This play by Neeson will chase for it as he's all alone on a 1-on-3. Scooped up there now by Donovan as at the Golden Bears. Sweeney tried to get a shot, but it was weak. Didn't have much power to get towards the net. As McDevitt will have to chase it down. He's going to watch it. He's going to wing it right behind him. That was Liam Dyma trying to go for it. He's actually holding on. He's actually holding with his arm, and obviously that's going to cause a penalty. This will be against the Riverhawks. You cannot headlock a player like that and think you're not going to get a penalty for that. Kind of a undisciplined play made by the Riverhawks, but Kutztown's not going to really complain about that as they are going to go on the power play. Liam Dyma in the box for 2 minutes for, I guess you can't say headlocking is a penalty. I mean, it can be a penalty, but you can call it something else. We'll call it interference. So the Bears go on the first power play of this game. Neeson will move to the left wing. The draw will be taken by Andrew Lorch. And Susquehanna won it defensively. Paul Snyder trying to go for it. And comes back towards the point. Snyder. Waiting there is Dalessio on the left point as Susquehanna manages to clear it all the way down. Off the stick there on Mason Rash, who carefully sweeps it all the way down towards Brandon Neeson. Neeson going past the line for Andrew Lorch. As well as Neeson on the right corner, trying to throw one across there, tipped off a Susquehanna stick as the Golden Bears will set up. Dalessio trying to give it back to Neeson, tipped off his Susquehanna stick. That was the stick of Pisano, as the Bears are having a little bit of trouble setting up here early in this power play as the Riverhawks once again clear to Mason Rash. Ward off the boards to Neeson. Neeson in front there for Snyder. Paul Snyder, 41 in maroon, fanned on the shot, trying to get the puck back. Gets it. Now he'll throw one behind the goal towards the corner. As no defender was on the right point, so the Riverhawks managed to once again clear. We're halfway through the power play now. 8.5 minutes to go in the first period. It is 2-1 Golden Bears. Sweeney on the right side. Trying to get it past a defender. He was trying to get past Sebring, 25 in orange, as the Riverhawks have been doing a pretty good job in this penalty kill so far. Matt Flynn, the hot freshman. 5 goals now. Going past the blue line, lost an edge as he holds on. 25 seconds left on the man advantage. A backhand shot. It's blocked by a Riverhawk stick of Greca. As that wrist shot there tipped off en route off the stick there of Farrell into the corner, the Susquehanna goaltender. Flynn again blocked it out. Comes in for a first shot, turned away by Farrell. The shot on net for Kutztown coming from Austin Mason. Mason trying to make a check play. Power play has just expired. The Riverhawks survive that. So we're back to 5-on-5, but this will be an offsides against Kutztown. Snyder on this faceoff on the offside dot. As Michalowski on his right side, as Snyder manages to give it to Kutztown. Nowioski will back in it towards the front, tipped off the stick of Farrell. Back towards the point, but nobody there for the Golden Bears to pick it up. Mason Rash to McDevitt. Fell down, he blew a tire as the Riverhawks nearly took it away. Oh, that would have been a disaster for the Golden Bears, for sure. And we have a delayed offsides. Now wiped. Amber Michalowski lost control of the puck as she had it for a brief second. As this play is delayed offsides here on Kutztown, so they'll have to move back to center ice. Outlet pass nearly all the way at center ice towards Donovan. As is whacked back in front there by Sebring. Sebring has it on the right side. Sebring fanned on his play. Nearly got the puck back, falls down on his knee. As the Riverhawks will try to get a shot towards the net. It's turned aside there by Mason Rash. Now it's back on the point. Tipped off the stick of Amber Michalowski. Brandon Neeson's going to burn with speed. Here comes Brandon Neeson trying to get all alone. He's tripped up as that's going to be a penalty. Are we going to have a penalty shot? Hold on a second here. Is it a penalty or penalty shot? It's going to be a tripping penalty. So the Golden Bears are going to go on the power play with 6:22 to go in the first period. An obvious tripping call against the Riverhawks as Neeson was trying to burst with all he could in speed to try to get the puck in the back of the net. He was unable to do it due to the tripping minor penalty. The penalty is going on defenseman number 61, Dylan Greca. But the Golden Bears back to the man advantage. They go. Sweeney off the tie-up. Couldn't come up with it. Griffin Burns, who was shaken up earlier for the Riverhawks, is back in the game. He's actually the player that just cleared the puck all the way down. So good to see that he is A-OK and is able to return to this game. Dalessio trying to get it free. As as the Riverhawks are doing, once again, a decent job killing off the penalty so far. Pisano moving at center ice on the left side, moving in shorthand. He's on a 1-on-4. He's almost getting through every man like Wayne Gretzky as he gets a shot, and he rang it off the iron. Oh, my goodness. He got to nearly 4 Kutztown Golden Bears, and he hit the iron with the rubber. Holy moly. That would have been something if he scored. 1:07 and counting to go in the power play. 5.5 minutes to go in the first period. 2-1 Kutztown. As the Golden Bears will bring it past the line. Holding it there is Matt Flynn. Turns back. Flynn, a shot seemed to be fanned on. He gets the puck back as he retrieves it. Tipped on right towards the net. They score! The Golden Bears make it a 3-1 lead. For some reason on the scoreboard, it says it's 23-1. Now they update it. But regardless, the Golden Bears lead 3-1. So it's 3-1 Golden Bears. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. And now it's Sean Ward, who falls down on his own balance. He was not tripped up by a stick. He was just tripped up by the ice monster, otherwise known as just losing his balance. As now the Golden Bears bring it past the line. It's Matt Flynn, turns back. Sweeney. Lost it in front. Hamburger, a shot as he's denied. Nearly got his second goal there as he's denied off the right pad there of Farrell. 4.5 minutes to go in the first period. It is 3-1 Golden Bears. Dalessio off the turnover, a shot. And it's off the pad there. Once again at Farrell as he hangs on. To answer the question in the chat, who scored the first 2 goals for Kutztown, the answer to that, the first goal goes to Jacob Dalessio, and the second one goes to Matt Flynn. McDevitt. Dalessio backhands it in front there for Slate Clauser. But a chance on that earlier. Still has plenty of time to get back on it as he's on the ice right now. Riverhawks now move at center ice with a few numbers. This pass goes to the left side towards John Moyer. Moyer will go for it and was unable to get to the puck. Skating around there is Austin Mason. All alone on the right side. Takes a wrist shot. And it appears that Farrell didn't know where the puck was. I believe it's stuck in his equipment somewhere. It's not in the back of the net, I can tell you that. He seemed a bit uncertain of where it was as the referee helped him find it after the play was blown dead. 3:49 to go in the first. Still 3-1 KU. Snyder for this tie-up. And he won it. But Dalessio was in the wrong place as he couldn't reach the puck. Seemed a little frustrated realizing that last minute. McDevitt, the assistant captain. Dalessio to Amber Michalowski. And now Burns will try to backhand. It's blocked there by Brandon Neeson. A good play. Neeson now behind the goal. Twirls back towards the corner. Going behind and then again trying to center one in front, I believe. But it was tipped along its way. McDevitt couldn't keep it onside as he has to give it back to his defense. No icing here. Pisano will turn it over to Dalessio, who has to turn back in his own end to make it an onside play. If Kutztown wants to go on another offensive attack, and they will here, as Neeson gets run over there by Burns. He just simply ran into it. It wasn't even an intentional check, I don't think. Spinning around there was Dalessio as the Golden Bears cleared it back out into the Riverhawks' nest. 2.5 to go in the first period. Dalessio tried to get control of the puck, but he couldn't manage to get the puck on his stick. Sean Ward's pass was blocked as the captain gets it back to Sean Ward. Ward it over the line, trying to get through a defender as he's going to go right behind the goal, still holding on. Ward got it back in front there as he couldn't get a shot on another chance there was from Dalessio as the Riverhawks now move on a 2-1 if they can hurry. They have some enforcements coming right in. It's Potlinski as he lost control. Seemed like a good offensive rush for the Riverhawks, but they couldn't even get it towards the net. Flynn Hengenberger didn't know where the puck was. He was spinning around as Dalessio will make a wrist pass there, going there for Sweeney. He's got a left winger. Sweeney, Finn went across, and that goes wide. Oh, he had Matt Flynn on the left side. They just couldn't connect on the play, as now the Riverhawks will get it right past the line on a 1-on-2. That shot saved me by Mason Rash. A chance on that coming from Liam Dyma, who caused the penalty earlier. And back comes Sweeney. Sweeney towards Flynn. 1:25 and counting to go in the period. Flynn trying to make a centering pass. It bounced past the blue line, so the Bears will have to regroup. Soft pass goes to Andrew Lorch. Gets past the line, trying to bust through the defense as he lost the puck, gives it back for his defender, Nowioski, as he's going to go for it at the corner. Kept on the line by Austin Mason, holds it on the left wing. Mason, a shot that goes wide. I believe it deflected off the goaltender, Farrell. Last minute to play in the first period. And Slate Clauser tried to get to the puck, delayed offside here. Now it's wiped off. That puck deflects off the stick of Lorch. Falling down was McDevitt, as this puck will go all the way down. No icing here. That puck goes off the high glass. 32 seconds left in the period. Delayed offsides against the Riverhawks, as Andrew Lorch once again brings it into the Riverhawks zone. This goes past the line, trying to make a nice move there was Austin Mason. Here's a slap shot by Lorch. I believe he wanted to have a lot more power on that chance, but it goes wide. McDevitt, 10 seconds left in the period. Back into the zone there. But Greca shoots it all the way down. Time's going to wind down, and it is 3-1 Golden Bears after one. We will be back for the second period. Second period is about to get underway. The players are warming up a little bit with their feet on the ice. Both teams have swapped sides. On the ice for Kutztown is Mason Rash. Along with them is Matt Flynn, Brandon Sweeney, Cody Hengenberger, Shane McDevitt, and Nicholas Nowioski on defense. Puck is dropped, and the second period is underway at Body Zone. The captain will backhand it towards Brandon Sweeney, trying to rush past the line as this is shot all the way down. No icing here. McDevitt behind his net. He'll have to chase it back behind his own goal. McDevitt's pass intercepted by Susquehanna as they get a weak wrist shot, for the little bit of word scramble there as that goes wide of the net. The shot on net for Susquehanna came all the way from Hetch, as now the Golden Bears have it in the opposing zone. They lead 3-1. Sweeney backhands it to McDevitt. McDevitt, a wrist shot tipped off his stick as Susquehanna rushes back the other way. Going the other way is Pisano. Pisano on a 1-on-2 with a shot that goes wide of the glove there of Mason Rash. Centering pass goes to Dalessio as he tries to make a nice, actually that was Matt Flynn, as he couldn't get towards the net. McDevitt's pass is blocked and brought back the other way there by Dyma. Dyma pass in front goes wide. The centering feed intended for Charles Albert Seawright III. Quite a long name, I must say. There's no name tags actually on the players' jerseys. I can imagine if they had that full name on the back of his sweater, that could be quite a bit of a problem. But luckily, there's no names on either teams, actually. No name tags on either of those backs.
And a name on the front is a hell of a lot more important than the one on the back. Get that through your head. Again.
Against Cody Hengenberger as the Golden Bears shoot it all the way down. This will not be icing as this puck goes off the stick there of goaltender Aiden Farrell. Sean Ward on defense, who's looked really fast so far. Always a great thing to have fast players, especially a defenseman. That's a big hit there made on the Kutztown bench, and that's going to be a penalty. Making the contact on that hit was Matt Flynn, and he's going to be charged for it. So 2 minutes in the box for Matt Flynn as the Riverhawks, just as they needed to, as they go into the second period, will go on the man advantage. 3-1 Kutztown, 18-12 to go in the second period. Hamburger against Pisano as Pisano managed to come up with it. On the point now. Here's a wrist shot off the pad there of Mason Rash. The chance coming from Dylan Greca, who had a penalty last period. Burns. Big defender will backhand it behind himself. Giving it there to Pisano. Pisano getting past the line on the right side with a wrist shot off the chest there, Mason Rash. Now it's Pisano again, getting around the captain. This pass goes towards the slot. Here's a shot that goes wide from Daima. And now the Golden Bears nearly take it away. That was Sean Ward. Riverhawks still set up here. As Seawright. Pass to the side of the net. The shot, they score! Top shelf, glove side, and in. Dylan Greca, who, like I was saying earlier, had a penalty in the first period, gets some redemption, and Susquehanna has once again made it a one-goal game. So it is 3-2 Kutztown now early on in the second period. Sweeney towards Amber Michalowski. This is lobbed all the way back down. Backhanding it into the zone was number 10, Andrew Pisano. And now holding on there was Hatch. But the Golden Bears will get it out of the zone for, well, maybe not for much longer, as Burns shoots it into the back of the net of Mason Rash. McDevitt. Dalessio towards Amber Michalowski, and it goes off the boards. Paul Snyder trying to gain control, but Burns will give it back to his defender. That was Fleslinski who got it in front there for Pisano. Pisano will take almost seemed like a clearing play that will go to the Zamboni door corner. Michalowski to Neeson, who spins, has it on the right side of a clear past the red line, so this will not be icing. Rattling around to the left corner, going for it was Michalowski, who tries to make a check. As this comes towards the point of McDevitt, clears it back into the zone, but Susquehanna will get it back out. This pass is unconnected, no icing here. Ward in off the boards to Andrew Lorch. Stops, trying to give it to Amber Michalowski, but they couldn't connect on the play. And now it's Fleslinski with the wrist shot that goes high over the crossbar and off the glass. Lorch has Michalowski trying to get it right to her, but they couldn't connect on that passing read. As Fleslinski touched it, kept in the zone there by Sean Ward. Ward, with, like I was saying, has a lot of speed, at least so far in this game. Paddled off the blocker there of Farrell and goes to the corner. Oh, what a checkmate on the boards. Oh, man, Andrew Lorch demolished the player for Susquehanna. That was Grandboys, and obviously that's going to be a penalty call right away. Kind of, hate to say, a bit of an undisciplined play. He charged at him quite, how should I say, very fast, almost a little too aggressive there. It's going to cost him, and the Riverhawks, right after they scored a power play goal earlier in the period, will go on yet another man advantage. 3-2 KU with 15:32 to go in the second. Riverhawks back to the power play. Pisano couldn't win this faceoff, but Ward will hit it off the glass as it does not bounce past the blue line. This feed from Daima goes to the other point and goes past the blue line at center ice. As now Kutztown has it on the onside play. Shorthanded, moving right by there is Flynn as he had to move the puck towards the corner. Ward. Now going to Dalessio as the Bears clear it back down. They've killed the first 30 seconds of the power play so far. Pisano as the puck deflected off the official. Sweeney gets a shorthanded chance as he nearly gets the puck back again. Another shot off the left pad there of Farrell. I believe the puck went off the official unintentionally. It was a weird bounce. As the Golden Bears got some shorthanded chances and they kill more time on the power play for the Riverhawks. Sean Ward. Ward's going to go shorthanded breakaway. And alone is Ward. And he's denied off the right pad there of Farrell. Oh, he almost had him beat as it just couldn't trickle past the goal line. Great penalty kill for the Golden Bears. But there's still 42 seconds left on the power play for the Riverhawks. As now the Golden Bears clear it. That's cleared all the way down by Matt Flynn. 30 seconds on the power play, 14 minutes to go in the second period. Still 3-2 KU. A check is made by Hamburger on Greca, who has the last goal for the Susquehanna. McDevitt clears it past center ice. Power play is going to expire in 5 seconds as Farrell he tried to cover it, but he actually did not for some reason as the penalty has expired. Lorch is freed from the box of shame as we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. McDevitt trying to give it to Neeson, who stops. As Nowiowski nearly turned it over. Now the Riverhawks move on a 2-on-3. Pass in front, tipped off the pad there of Mason Rash. Jack Donovan, who had the chance on that, hit his stick off the ice in frustration after the play. Blowing a tire there is Greca. Back comes Kutztown as Paul Snyder with Neeson. As Snyder's shot goes wide. Wide of the right post. This fan pass by McDevitt nearly costed him. As chasing after is the recent player to cause the penalty, Andrew Lorch. Neeson can't get the puck past the line as McDevitt retrieves it back. 12 and a half minutes to go in the second period. 3-2 KU. And back comes Sebring on a chance for the Riverhawks, but he was denied. Dalessio, a backhander tipped off the stick there of Greca as he tries to enforce a check there on his back. Nowiowski gets it back in front nearly to Neeson as he backhands it in front towards Snyder, but he couldn't connect the play on the pass. Now Andrew Lortz, that puck tips and goes into the, not the penalty box, into the little media box there where they're playing the music and working the score clock. They'll get the puck back and we will resume play in a little moment here. 11:49 and counting in the second period. Off the tie-up, Kutztown gets it. Sean Ward, who had the recent breakaway short-handed. In front on the wing he tried to get the puck towards Austin Mason. As John Moyer clears it back into the Kutztown zone. Slate Clauser's on the ice right now. As back coming forward, it's Austin Mason. Mason on the left side as he couldn't get the edge. Good defensive play is made by Griffin Burns for Susquehanna. Back comes the other way is Pisano. Pisano will try to make a move around Sean Ward. He was briefly checked as Pisano brings it past the line as we are going to get an offside whistle with 11:13 to go in the second period. We're nearly halfway through regulation time. Hamburger couldn't get the puck as the defense for Kutztown will get it to center ice. They'll chase for it. They have a 2-on-1 developing here. Watch out. Here come the Golden Bears for a shot that goes wide. Oh, what a chance there for Matt Flynn to get yet another goal. Sweeney, here, and he's got Flynn on his left side. Sweeney goes right to the net as he couldn't finish it. Oh, he almost had everything good right. He was checked hard towards the net after the play. No penalty is called. He lost his glove. Burns is slowly getting back up. Now we have an arm up into the air as we'll see what they're going to rule here. We have a lot of we have some clapping, a lot of confusion on the benches where the fans are watching. So this penalty is going to be on. So Sweeney will go in the box for Kutztown. And it's going to be actually a power play. Almost a bit surprising because Sweeney was checked hard on the net. I'm guessing that penalty is on for retaliating afterwards. As the Riverhawks, for the third time this period, will go on yet another man advantage. Pisano wins the faceoff. But Greca, a shot that goes wide of the blocker side of Mason Rash. Controlled on the point. Pisano on the high side. His shot, ring it off the iron, and that puck goes out of play. I believe that puck not only, and when I say out of play, that puck actually, I believe, went off actually over the safety netting. I do not see, yeah, it did. There's someone that just picked up the puck behind the glass. So as I went out of here, I was not kidding about that. That hit off the iron and out. Susquehanna that close from tying this game up at 3. But Greca, a shot that goes wide. I believe there was a screen in front. As Grand Boys will hold on. Number 9 in orange. Neeson will try to move short-handed to kill some clock. Neeson on a 1-on-2. Takes a shot and goes right into the breadbasket there of Aiden Farrell. This faceoff is gathered by Susquehanna. Kept into the Kutztown end by Dalessio. Dalessio on the right corner will try to pitchfork it towards the blue paint as Burns holds on. We're now halfway through regulation time with 9:45 and counting to go in the second period. And back comes Pisano in over the line for a shot that goes wide. And we're now halfway through the power play for the Riverhawks. Burns to the corner. Pisano get one in front for a wrist shot that's blocked by Neeson. Good two-way play. Two-way hockey at its finest right there. This comes back to the point. But Greca holding on to this Pisano as he's briefly checked there by Matt Flynn. That shot is blocked there by Austin Mason as the Golden Bears shoot it to the Susquehanna end. Matt Flynn holding on the puck short-handed. Will try to hold on to the puck on the boards, keep it there as long as possible, but it comes free. Pisano will go past the line, trying to get around a few defenders. The puck comes back in right in front. Nearly holding on to the puck there was Hatch, as now the Golden Bears will take their time to kill some clock. 10 seconds left on the penalty kill for the Golden Bears. And the power play has just expired. We're back to 5-on-5. Back comes Matt Flynn as the penalty has just expired. The Riverhawks have gone 1 for 3 in the power play in this period alone. Shot all the way down for icing against Susquehanna. And we appear to be having a goaltending change. It appears that goaltender number 30, Aiden Farrell, is done for the day. Now going in net for the Riverhawks is number 35, Jackson Short. So obviously Susquehanna has those two goalies, Aiden Farrell and Jackson Short. Didn't seem like they're pulling Farrell for poor performance, more like just to give both goalies some time on the ice. As nearly making a nice move there for Susquehanna was Hetch. At this time, Kutztown D3 only has one goalie, and that is Mason Rash. I've been told that if something is to happen to Rash in a game, they would simply have no choice but to put a different player in the net. Actually, hopefully from the Golden Bears' perspective, that does not occur. Brandon Sweeney, to the point of McDevitt. His wrist shot blocked off a stick for Susquehanna. It was tipped off the stick there of Pisano, who's had the puck quite frequently in this game so far, and now he has it again. Pisano around the corner, holding on. Trying to get one back in front there for Gabois, who flips one towards the net, nearly off the glove, actually, of McDevitt. On the point there was Greca, as he will backhand one in front, as Matt Flynn will reach for it. Flynn turned it over for a shot. Glove saved me by Mason Rash. The Riverhawks that close from tying this game at 3. They've been trailing all games so far. No icing here. Flynn, no one pass there for Sweeney as he couldn't pull the trigger. Oh, man. Sweeney gets it back as he shoots it behind the goal. The goal of Jackson Short, as we are going to get a whistle with 6:46 to go in the second period. And that whistle was called because the Golden Bears, for the 4th time in this period alone, have caused yet another penalty. Defenseman number 5, Nicholas Nowioski, is going in the box for 2 minutes. And I was going to say, the whistle almost seemed a bit unexpected. And I honestly wasn't sure what it was at first, but once we saw a player going to the penalty box, that made more logical sense. So, once again, Susquehanna, another chance to tie this game up. 6:46 to go in the second period. 3-2 Kutztown. The linesman actually had to jump out of the way of the puck as Sean Ward gets checked down, as we're going to get an interference penalty coming up. So, 11 seconds into the Susquehanna penalty, we get one called against them. So it will be 4-4 for the next minute 49, and the Golden Bears will have a 11-second man advantage. Brandon Neeson on this faceoff, so it'll be 4-4 for a little bit here. Little bit more room for these players to roam around the ice. Pisano will hold on, trying to escape Brandon Neeson. Will go past the blue line. And he goes on the right side, trying to get around Sean Ward. Looking at his options, still waiting. Holding on, going to the high slot. He's going to circle around once more for a wrist shot off the right pad there, Mason Rash. Sean Ward off the boards, trying to make his own pass, but he failed. Makes a nice check there on Greca. And unfortunately for, I believe, Sean Ward, that's going to be a penalty against him. Yes, it will. It'll be a tripping minor. So make that 5 penalties on Kutztown this period. My, oh my, Sean Ward. So now the Golden Bears have 2 defensemen in the box. That's never a good thing. One thing I actually wanted to mention, because Mason Rash just made a nice save. So goaltender Mason Rash has one of the coolest goalie masks you will see. His mask is actually really similar to Bruins goaltender, or former Bruins goaltender, Tuukka Rask. It's like the same design. Tuukka Rask, and now it's Mason Rash. And if you look closely, his pads are actually gray with eyeballs. They're supposed to actually mention, believe it or not, the Womps from Mario, for the Mario Brothers games. And what the Womps basically are, they're giant walls that try to crush Mario in the game. So that's kind of the joke. They're supposed to be a wall from the Mario game, which I actually thought was pretty clever. As speaking of the recently mentioned Mason Rash, he's going to cover up. Also, I wanted to mention for Kutztown D3 coach O'Neill, he's coaching the D3 team right now for KU. This is his first year, not just with Kutztown, but with Kutztown D3, but also with college hockey in general. So right now it's 4-on-3, even more room to work with. Pisano will hold on. Kind of reminds me of the D2 game from yesterday in Millersville. We had a lot of penalties in that game too. Pisano still holding on like earlier with a shot that goes wide. And now there's a shot all the way back down towards the other end of the ice. So 1 penalty for Kutztown is going to expire in 23 seconds. 1 for Susquehanna is going to expire in about 30 seconds and counting. As Burns gives it to Pisano with 5 minutes and counting to go in the second period. 3-2 Kutztown. Flynn shoots it all the way down. Dalessio is freed from the box for Kutztown. As now moving back the other way is Donovan. Donovan on the corner. Threw in there towards the net. Goes off the pads there, Mason Rash. And now out of the box and shame for Susquehanna is number 5, Liam Dyma. So it is a 30-second power play going on right now for Susquehanna. This is clear towards the Kutztown end, and this will be an icing. Off this tie-up, as now the captain, Hemberger, tried to get it there from Matt Flynn. Corrals with it. That pass is blocked by the skate there of Liam Dyma, as this is shot all the way down to the Susquehanna end. A little less than 4 minutes to go in the second period, as this goes out of play. Banging on the glass behind the Riverhawks net is actually a bunch of players from Kutztown's D2 team, as they cheer on D3. This comes back to McDevitt. McDevitt, a shot deflected wide. Neeson going for it. This comes back towards the circle, tipped off the stick of McDevitt, as now here comes the Riverhawks the other way. It's Seawright who falls down as he goes past the blue line. Nice pass now goes to Amber Michalowski. Trying to give it to Paul Snyder, who chased for it on the left corner. Almost seemed like he tried to make a no-look pass to Neeson, but it was fanned on as Dalessio keeps it on for a wrist shot right into the glove there of Jackson Short. Andrew Lorch on this tie-up in the Susquehanna opposition zone. They'll give one right all the way back to Dalessio, who takes a wrist shot, swallowed up into the chest there once again by Jackson Short. We have some feistiness going on after the play. Just some simple gestures there made by Austin Mason. Not making some... Doesn't seem like he's making any friends there with Susquehanna for a brief moment. Luckily, from KU's perspective, he did not draw any more penalties because we are too familiar with that by now, aren't we? Dalessio around the boards there, behind the goal of Short. They'll try to get it back free, and Slate Clausen gets it in front as that shot is blocked there by Short. Good play made by the freshman. Wait, hold on a second here. The fans are saying their goal has been scored. I thought the whistle blew ahead of time. Apparently, the Golden Bears have gotten their 4th goal of the game. I apologize for my delayed reaction. Seemed to be a bit of confusion, but as a result of that confusion and mad scramble, Austin Mason has scored, and it's a 4-2 lead for the Golden Bears. That is Mason's 2nd goal of the season. Again, I honestly lost track of where the puck was for a brief moment. The officials appear to be talking it over briefly. And after the goal, what do we have here? After the goal was scored, they have ruled a penalty against the Golden Bears. This is going against Jacob Dalessio. Austin Mason trying to pump up the crowd. It is 4-2 Kutztown with 2:47 to go in the second period. That's his 2nd goal of the season and in his college career. That's definitely a goal I think a lot of us want to at least review to see what happened on that play. There was a few bodies in front of the goal. I believe there was a Riverhawk down on his chest near the blue paint. The puck must have just found its way in. This is blocked by Rash. Oh, he makes another nice save with his glove on the follow-up try for Susquehanna. Strange to think that Susquehanna is on a power play as of right now after they were just scored on. Liam Dyma on the circle for Susquehanna. As the Riverhawks try to come up with it on the point was Pisano on the right side. Sweeney makes a nice play. And back comes Matt Flynn trying to go on a breakaway. Matt Flynn is denied. Rebound in front. They score! Sweeney! Short-handed goal! 5-2 Golden Bears! Sweeney made the initial pass to center ice to Matt Flynn. He was denied initially by the right pad there of Jackson Short in goal. Sweeney capitalized on the rebound, and it's 5-2 Golden Bears. That's goal number 2 of the season for Sweeney. Like I said, had a breakaway in the first game I did for Kutztown ever for D3 last year. It's about 1 year from now against Alvernia. 2 minutes and counting in the second. 5-2 KU. Flynn can't get it past the line. Even though Matt Flynn didn't score, he gets yet another point added to his resume of the season. He has had such a great start. The Bears may have had a potential superstar for the season as he goes right to the net as he's denied. He's not going to get a point from that chance. Jackson Short says not today. And yes, Susquehanna is still on a power play, just to confirm. They have 53 seconds left on the man advantage. It's just been that type of period, hasn't it? So many penalties and shorthanded chances, and we just had a shorthanded goal courtesy of Brandon Sweeney. The Riverhawks will try to set up here as they're down by 3. Hamburger is trying to bear hug a player for Susquehanna. They're trying to really jab at one another, and we will have a penalty coming up. We'll see who that's going to be against. It's going to be a holding penalty, and this will be against the Riverhawks. So it'll be 4-on-4 for the next 31 seconds, and then the Golden Bears will go on the power play for a minute 29. So this power play, unless the Golden Bears score, will go into the second period. 1:18 to go in the second as of right now. Face off the stick of Neeson as he couldn't come up with it. It's kept in there by Sean Ward with a shot that goes off the pads of Short. A rebound's not denied by Short as the third chance there by Snyder went off the side of the goal. Last minute to play in the second period. Neeson couldn't escape the body there of Gerboyes as he brings it on the left side. Gerboyes waiting. Wrist shot goes off the glass. And now the Golden Bears go on the power play for the next minute 29 as Mason Rash is going to cover up. 45.5 remaining in the second period. Nowioski off the boards towards Sweeney. Takes it the other way. 38 seconds and counting, so the Bears have time. Here comes Neeson, a shot, and that's stopped there by Short. Rebound loose as this knuckle puck rolls to center ice. That was not, I did say that was Sweeney initially, but that was Neeson. Apologies for that little mistake there. But meanwhile, Nowioski has it on the left corner. Holding on behind the goal. Waiting in Gretzky's office. Fans it to Paul Snyder. Gives it back to Neeson. Neeson across there towards McDevitt. McDevitt, a wrist shot. Goes off the chest there off short. Rebound was still loose as the Golden Bears couldn't get another shot. 5 seconds of time is going to wind down. This sails all the way down towards Mason Rash. And after a giant variety of penalties and all of that chaos, it is 5-2 Kutztown after 2. We will be back for the third period. Third period is about to get underway at Body Zone. It is 5-2 Kutztown after 2. I honestly can't tell you the exact number of how many penalties Kutztown caused in the second period alone. It's at least 7. Hard to keep track, honestly. But it's 5-2. I learned actually during the intermission that on that Austin Mason goal, freshman number 43, Slate Clauser, got his first point in college hockey. He got an assist. So nice for him to get a point on his 17th birthday. Also, I wanted to mention something else. So for the fourth goal, you might have noticed I had a bit of a delayed reaction when the Golden Bears took a 4-2 lead because it was a mad scramble in the net, and I didn't even know where the puck was. The crowd behind them, behind the net, was actually a lot of players from D2, and they kind of acted like as a goal light for me, since there's actually a goal light. So when they celebrated, they actually helped me find out the puck was in. So I give them credit for that. They're actually moved over to the other side of the rink, so maybe they'll even do that once more. And speaking of penalties, as I was saying earlier, the Golden Bears are on a power play for the next 32 seconds and counting. As the third period is now underway. Sweeney, who had the shorthanded goal last period, has it behind his head, trying to wrap one around, and it goes off the right pad there of Jackson Short. Surely Kutztown won't have as many penalties as last period, but honestly, who knows? McDevitt lost the puck as he retrieves it back. Off the tip stick there of Pisano. As Sweeney will try to go through it on the blue line. It's nearly brought in by Flynn. Sweeney will have to shovel the puck all the way back towards the Kutztown bench. That deflects off a high stick and over the glass and out of play. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. This faceoff will be moved into the Kutztown end on the right circle. Sweeney on the defensive faceoff wins it for Kutztown. As the Golden Bears will chase for the puck. It's rolling. I don't think there'll be icing, will there? No, they'll wave it off. Greca, 61 in orange on defense. Has a goal tonight. Actually, that's the other Riverhawk that had the goal. Just forgot to write that down. Who has it now in the corner. Gives somewhat hit there by McDevitt. The puck now comes free out as Flynn gives it back towards Brandon Neeson. Neeson will chase for it as he goes towards the corner. Trying to backhand one, and that goes wide of the goal. That shot there from Dalessio goes wide. Wide of the glove side of Jackson Short in net for Susquehanna. But Greca makes a right wing feed going there towards Sebring. As Michalowski gets checked hard there towards the Kutztown bench. Dalessio will unintentionally give it to Susquehanna. as they'll clear the puck back into the zone. That goes into the glove of Mason Rash and leaves it for Sean Ward. Ward in front there for Andrew Lorch. He's got Michalowski on the left side as he's going to get hit hard there on the glass. And now goes to Sean Ward. Avoids the check. Good play by the freshman defenseman as he's out of position right now. Back comes Susquehanna the other way. It's a chance for Liam Dyma, and a good defensive play is made by Andrew Lorch. That puck barely stays in play. Burns at center. I'll give it back towards center ice. Going past the line of Susquehanna on a 1-on-2 as he'll get a pass in front there from Pisano. And now Amber Michalowski on the right side. Going past the red and blue line will clear it back in. She gets checked by Burns. She's going to get back up on her feet as meanwhile the Kutztown defense regroups. Pisano, 10 in orange, makes a nice pass going past the line there. It's Hetch as his shot goes off the highest part of the glass and barely stays in play. He topbles over a Kutztown player behind the goal that appeared to be McDevitt as Pisano's shot's blocked down. McDevitt, 27 in maroon. That's tipped off the stick of Slate Clauser. He gets back on his feet, on his balance. As Austin Mason gets somewhat hit on the boards. Mason trying to give it to Brendan Sweeney. As Dalessio out there, it's blocked there off the shin of Burns, and he clears it out, and this will be an icing against the Riverhawks. 16:21 to go in the third period. 5-2 Golden Bears. Hemberger, the captain, couldn't come up with the puck on that tie-up. Tries to get the puck back as he whacks for it, as he couldn't get the puck back on his stick blade. Now he does briefly as it goes back to neutral ice. Flynn. What a story he's been so far as he goes past the line. Trying to go right past the fence toward the net, and he's denied by the left pad there of Jackson Shore. Man, this super freshman, Matt Flynn, watch out. He's been on fire so far this season, and we'll see what else he can do tonight and throughout the season. This is a lone pass for Susquehanna. That is whacked wide. They got a second chance in front there from Seawright. That went off the blocker there, Mason Rash. Going past the line is Ramboyes as the Riverhawks get a line change, whereas we're going to get a whistle with 15:25 to go. I think we have too many men on the ice here against Susquehanna. Do we? Let's see. Yes, we have a penalty coming up against the Riverhawks, and serving in the box of shame shall be number 16, Hetch. So he'll go in the box, and Kutztown has a chance to extend their lead even further than before. They lead 5-2 with 15:29 to go in regulation. And in other words, in the third period, Andrew Lorch on the circle. Offensively, wins it. Dalessio will have to chase for a defense as Sean Ward corrals possession. Ward moving on in. Couldn't get it past the line. Will have to regroup himself. And now he goes past the blue line. Sean Ward behind himself for Paul Snyder. Trying to get to him. Snyder sneakily gets the puck back on the left wing. Snyder stops. To the point goes to Sean Ward. In front of the net there is Andrew Lorch. Puck towards the back there comes there for Dalessio. As he gets checked hard, he gets back on his feet, going for the puck again as the Riverhawks shoot it back out. 1:17 and counting on the man advantage. Schneider. Outlet pass to Neeson. It almost seemed like he lost his footing there for a moment on this onside play. And back coming the other way for the Riverhawks now is Dylan Greca. Short-handed chance for him. Good save made by Mason Rash. Dalessio. Andrew Lorch has Neeson at center on his left side, trying to get an edge with one hand on his stick blade. Threw it across there, went off the side of the cage. Falling down was Dalessio, trying to take it. There's Dalessio again. He takes a shot on that save made there by Short. And now it's Dalessio with a shot. Blocked down. Puck comes towards the crease as Jackson Short stops play. 34 seconds remaining on the man advantage. This puck escapes the shoulder there. McDevitt, I think McDevitt thought he was actually going to block that clearing attempt by the Riverhawks, but he was unable to do so. 20 seconds left on the power play. Dalessio's pass was blocked on the defensive play made by Pisano. And now it's Andrew Lortz. No, actually, that's Cody Hemberger, I beg your pardon, as Dalessio tried to get him past a few defenders, and he was denied. 5 seconds, power play is about to expire, as now the Riverhawks are trying to go on a shorthanded chance. As Mason Reds poke checks it away, puck is touched up, the net is dislodged, and we have an arm up in the air. We're going to have a penalty, as a few players are getting a little rough after the fact. We'll see if any more penalties are ruled from that. So that we are back to, well, I was about to say we're back to 5-on-5 hockey, but not for much longer. The power play for the Golden Bears has expired. 13:23 to go in the third period, and who's going into the box this time? Dalessio in the box for KU. Seemed a bit frustrated, and it appears that, it's just going to be a penalty against him. Back to the power play, Susquehanna goes, which they've been all too familiar over the last hour. This faceoff comes back towards the point, and it's tipped off the city, and back comes Kutztown the other way, as they're going to move on a 2-on-1, shorthanded for a shot. See me there by Short. Good shorthanded chance there from Matt Flynn. $1:50 left on the penalty for the Golden Bears. Flynn on this shorthanded face-off. Brandon Sweeney to Flynn. We'll try to get one from behind and racing after there. Back come the Riverhawks. They have a 3-on-1. Pisano wins with the shot. Big save by Russ. Rebound was loose, and he's got that one too. Russ has denied both chances there. Off this time, Kutztown clears it on the penalty kill by McDevitt. He's going to stay on the ice for now. And now it's Burns on defense. In front there for Pisano. As he's going to bring the puck towards center ice. Past the blue line to the Kutztown end. Pisano looking at his options. Going behind the goal. Deking with his stick with the puck on it. As he's still setting up here on the high slot. As that puck is blocked, and that's a good clearing attempt made by Austin Mason. The puck deflected off of Cody Hemberger, and Mason managed to get it out of harm's way. 51 seconds and counting on the penalty kill for Kutztown. 12-11 and counting in the game. 5-2 Golden Bears. And back Susquehanna will shoot one back towards the right wing there of Donovan. Donovan will chase for it on the corner. He does a spin around, but it fell down on his back. He's back up on his feet. And Austin Mason will back in and pass the blue line. This pass is intercepted. Good play there by Dalessio, who backhits it around towards the boards and nearly behind the net. 17 seconds to go on the power play for the Riverhawks. And it's intercepted by Neeson, and that goes wide. Oh, Neeson that close from getting his second goal of the season, and they're going to call play dead. 8 seconds to go on the power play. Faceoff dropped one by Neeson. Dalessio behind the net for Snyder. And the power play has just expired. We're back to 5-on-5, but honestly, who knows how much longer it'll be 5-on-5 based on how many penalties on both sides in this game. More on Kutztown's end, if anything. Neeson's pass all the way down, and this will not be icing. A player for Susquehanna tumbles down to the ice. That was Dylan Greca, as he's going to try to backhand one towards the corner. It went off a Kutztown player, and now it's Paul Snyder. Snyder on the corner, waiting. Unintentionally ran into the official. Didn't really interrupt with the play too much, as there's a bunch of Riverhawks going for it. The puck comes slightly free and back towards the point. It's Sean Ward making some nice moves. Sean Ward will chase for it on the corner, as he's still holding on. Got it back for Dalessio with a weak wrist shot that deflected off a stick. Dalessio gets it back for some redemption in a shot, and that's blocked by There's a rebound there by Snyder, goes wide. Apologies for that. Sean Ward behind the goal. Trying to rally around with Greca. This puck comes into the air. It comes up into the air, and gravity brings it down. 10 minutes to go in the game. 5-2. Dalessio's trying to check down. He was trying to check down Gaboyes for the Riverhawks. As Nowioski got towards Sean Ward. And back comes the Riverhawks on a line change for Kutztown. It's a one-on-one. Going right to the net. It rang off the iron. The puck deflected, and it went on top of the goal. Going on net for Susquehanna was Pisano. It went off. I believe it did hit Rash, hit the crossbar, and it was landed exactly on top of the net. Susquehanna that close to making a 2-goal game. But meanwhile, here comes Michalowski right into the glove there of Jackson Shore. Amber Michalowski, this is her sophomore year. She's looking to get her first goal as not just for the season, but as a Golden Bear. At least she got an offensive chance there. She's going to stay on the ice for now. She's on the left wing. On the ice for the Golden Bears is Michalowski, Lorch, Sweeney, and we have some players coming back towards the bench. We appear to have a timeout called here for Kutztown. The timeout has just concluded. Schneider, Michalowski, Neeson, McDevitt, and Ilioski's on the ice now for the Golden Bears. Schneider couldn't win the draw. Whacking at the puck was Michalowski, and no one passed by Neeson. It's touched by the stick there of Pisano, and we have an arm up in the air after Pisano touched the puck. Do we have a penalty against the Riverhawks? What do we have here? It was not a penalty. I cannot confirm what that was. I apologize for that. But regardless, we resume to play on. Burns gives it back in front. Riverhawks rush on a 3-on-2 if they can hurry. Pisano at center trying to make some nice moves, but he couldn't avoid the stick there of Nowioski. Good defensive play. Hits it off the stanchion of the boards as it bounces there to Amber Michalowski on the right side. Getting past the blue line. Michalowski gets shoveled hard there towards the glass by Burns. But she managed to get the puck to the corner. She'll try to retaliate and get the puck back. And McDevitt nearly deflected off the stick of Neeson, but he missed the puck. Holding on the puck there is Fleswinski. As McDevitt will have to chase it all the way down. 8.5 minutes to go in the third period. 5-2, Kutztown. Here's Matt Flynn going past the line on the 1-on-3. Flynn a shot. He scores! He's got another one! Flynn, 6-2, Golden Bears. 8:19 to go in the third. Matt Flynn has just scored his second goal of the day. As a 6-2 in favor of the home Golden Bears. Flynn on a nice check there as the puck is going to roll to the stick of Cody Hemberger. Hemberger on the pass to Sean Ward gives it towards near Flynn. Tipped off the stick there of Sean Ward. But now it's on the stick there of Sebring. And the Riverhawks will nearly bring it back the other way. Cody Hemberger nearly turns it over towards the corner. It's still stuck on the boards. Someone comes free. Near collision, Sweeney accidentally ran into Jacob Delusier. As that shot goes towards the net there. Save made there by Short as the puck stays out of the net. Short has got it with 7:34 to go in the third period. Cleared back ahead. Austin Mason with the check there of Pisano as they'll back up here. Lorch to Delusier. Deluzio will, now it's Mason who throws one in front towards Andrew Lorch, who can't keep it onside. But he gets hit hard there, right, as he lost control of the puck. They're going to call it a clean check. He was hit by Pisano. As now the Riverhawks moving back in. The Greca on the left side makes a pass in front, but nobody there to connect as the Golden Bears will try to rush the other way. They will. Andrew Lorch, he's got Slate Clauser. He's good. Oh, man. Almost thought he could pass it to him. He was unable to get it to him there, but Clauser's waiting at center in front of the goal crease. This puck deflects and goes to center ice. Back come the Riverhawks the other way. Pisano with a wrist shot goes wide off the boards. It rolls on the stanchion for the longest time and comes back out. The stanchion of the boards can always do strange things with the puck. We've seen it plenty of times in the NHL on how many strange deflections it can make. That puck goes off the side of the net. 6.5 and count to go in the game. Icing will be called against Susquehanna. Snyder, Neeson, McDevitt, Nowioski, and Michalowski on the ice right now for Kutztown. McDevitt, Nowioski at center. On the right side for Brandon Neeson. Gets it around the Greca. Neeson threw it across there for Michalowski, but the pass went wide. Michalowski trying to take a shot that's walked off a stick along its way. And cleared back ahead. Racing for it is Neeson. Going to get to the puck in time. Seawright was going for it as well. And now it's Paul Snyder. Has Amber Michalowski in front of him. And now Neeson banks it off the boards for Snyder. 5.5 minutes to go in the game. 6-2 Kutztown. Burns lost his stick. He's going to get it back onto his hands as we had a delayed offside. And it appears that Jackson Shore was almost about to head to the bench, so I believe Susquehanna will at least attempt to go with an empty cage at some point. He seemed like he was going to go towards the bench, unless he thought that was a delayed penalty. Regardless, it's still 6-2 KU in the final 5 minutes of the game. McDevitt on defense. Going into Susquehanna territory. McDevitt is shot off the blocker there. Rebound was loose as that shot's blocked there by a Susquehanna body. The puck is still in play. Backhand shot goes wide from Sweeney. We have a bunch of players going after each other. The goaltender, Short, is out of his crease. Sean McDevitt was trying to bear hug one of the players for Susquehanna. I can't confirm to you who that is at this time as he still has not got back up. McDevitt is going to go in the box for a little bit here. And the player he was trying to shove down onto the ice is number 7, Griffin Burns. He was shaken up earlier in the first period. Almost had a little trouble getting back up earlier, but Kutztown will go on the penalty kill. It wouldn't surprise me if Susquehanna pulls their goaltender if they so desire to. It appears that Jackson Short is going to stay in the net for now. 4:47 to go in the game. 6-2 KU. Susquehanna on yet another power play. But Greca lost the puck there for Flynn. You don't want to lose the puck to him as he's going to kill some clock, making some nice moves. Flynn, Sweeney was having his stick up into the air trying to get the pass from him as Dalessio will shoot it all the way down. Flynn again, centering pass to Sweeney, deflected over the net. As Susquehanna, off the first 30 seconds, not a good start to their power play. Well, now they'll rush on a 2-on-3. Pisano across the line now. Pisano waiting, going around the corner, going behind the goal. Going in front there, that's whacked wide. That shot attempt came from Gamboyes as the Golden Bears get it all the way down. We have a high sticking call coming up here. Not a high sticking, I'm not sure it was a high sticking penalty, just a high sticking whistle call. This puck goes to the defense, deflects off a stick, taken there by Austin Mason, short-handed. Will go for it and have it right behind the net, but now Susquehanna gets it back out. This pass deflects, and the captain Hemberger takes it himself. Hemberger on the corner. Sutter will stop on the boards, has the puck on his stick, trying to keep it there as long as he can. 35 seconds of counting to go in the power play. 3:20 counting in the game. As Susquehanna moves on a 3-on-2. Pisano with some passing options on the right side with a wrist shot. Left pass save made by Mason Rash. Rebound was loose as he's got it. We have an arm up in the air immediately after Mason Rash made the save to cover it up. And who is this going to be on? Based on where the players are heading, it appears to be on Kutztown once again. Yes, Austin Mason in the box of shame. So Susquehanna will go on a 5-on-3 for the next 20 seconds, and then for a minute 40, they'll have a 5-on-4 power play. This puck comes to the for a shot that goes wide, and then a chance coming from Swetwinski as the Riverhawks are going to set up here. 10 seconds left to being on 5-on-4. That shot, save made by Rash. Rebound was loose as that puck goes over the net and towards back to the point. Swetwinski holding on, firing a shot that was bouncing along its route. And now it's 5-on-4 for the next minute 35 and counting. 2:41 and counting in the game. Pass to the side of the net of Burns, but it went way wide of him. Dalessio couldn't get it out of the zone. As Pisano's shot, good patch save made by Mason Rash. Burns. Back and comes to the point. Pisano on the high swat with a wrist shot. Another blocker save by Rash. Burns again. Save Rash once more. This goes off the high boards and out of the zone. Racing for it is Brandon Neeson with Pisano. 1:04 and counting on the power play for Susquehanna. Riverhawks bring it past the line on 2-on-3. Pisano shot that doesn't even hit the pads of Rash. Tried to flip one on the side of the net on the rebound as it did not go in. Sean Ward off the boards and clears it all the way down. A little less than 2 minutes in the game. Kutztown D2 looking to not only win their second game of the year, but to go on a 2-game win streak. Which, if I'm correct, they were not able to have a 2-game win streak all of last season, if I remember correctly. I can't officially confirm that. Regardless, D3 did have a bit of a struggling season last year, but they're off to a good start winning the last 2 games. And back comes Brandon Sweeney, a shot that goes high and wide. But also to mention, the scores of 5-1 and 5-2 when Kutztown when they lost their first 2 games are a bit deceiving. They actually stayed quite in it in those first 2 games. It was just being the third period when they got heavily outscored. When they played Old Dominion last week in both games. So they have definitely looked improved compared to last year, at least so far. Last minute to play in regulation time. Sean Ward shoots it, and the linesman jumps out of the way from it. As that hit's made by Hemberger, as the defense for Sean Ward will hold on. 47 seconds left. Matt Flynn. I bet he's thinking maybe if he can get the hat trick right now, as he has 2 goals tonight. Noyoski behind there for Sweeney. A shot. Glove save is made there by Jackson Short. 34.9 seconds remaining on the clock. For anyone watching this live or watching this later, I just want to say this briefly to Kutztown D2 and D3, just everyone in general on both teams. Thank you for welcoming me as your new play-by-play announcer for this season. These first 2 weeks, Lake Placid and the last 2 games today and yesterday have been a blast, and I look forward to doing more for you throughout this season. Off this face-off as time is now going towards 30 seconds as the Riverhawks clear towards Mason Rash. Rash will shoot one all the way down, bouncing there to Neeson, trying to get to Amber Michalowski. Watch out, here comes Amber Michalowski with the shot that's fanned that goes wide of the goal. 16 seconds left. Paul Snyder touching the puck, holding on the corner. Can't get control. 9 seconds remaining. Riverhawks are trying to clear. It's intercepted by Nowoyoski with a shot. Save made off the match there. Rebound was bouncing wide. The chance coming from Paul Snyder as time expires. The Kutztown Golden Bears, D3, has won 2 games in a row. They win a final score 6-2. They did have so many penalties today, especially in the second period, but at the end of the day, it might not matter too much as they have defeated the Susquehanna Riverhawks, a final score of 6-2. Slate Clauser getting his first point in college on his 17th birthday, and the Bears have a well-bound, good performance. A good weekend for Kutztown hockey in general. D2 won yesterday, D3 won yesterday, and D3 has won yet again today. I'm Nicholas Garofalo. Thank you for joining us for another edition of Nick's Hockey Broadcast. Good night.
All right, we have Mr. Slate Clauser right after the Kutztown Golden Bears won 6-2 over Susquehanna. Today he is 17 years of age on this planet Earth, and he got his first assist in college hockey. Slate, how's it feel to get that on this special day?
Oh, it's pretty crazy. I mean, I've been working to try and get it. So is all the team. It's pretty awesome. My teammate, Austin Mason, he's the one who put it in, so I can't thank him enough for that. But big win today, so
That's
happy
great.
with that, starting a streak.
Great to hear. And I know you weren't with D3 last year, but if I'm correct, D3 did not even have a 2-game win streak last year. This is the first time in quite some time they've had that. What do you think that means to this whole locker room, getting that 2 wins in a row this weekend?
Oh, it's definitely ups the everything because we want to get that next win as much as we can. Who would we play next, like Millersville or something? We can get him, I think.
Absolutely. So thank you for joining us on this Knicks hockey broadcast intermission.
Yeah, anytime. Thank you.
All right.